Hey, Flashers, welcome back. Another episode from Hot Girls to Hot Flashes. Kiki, how are you feeling this week?
You see me with the hoodie on, honey.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling. I am in a hoodie type mood today.
Hoodie
Okay.
behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So, last week, you guys know that we have been talking about the something is off stage in perimenopause, how you know that you have changes occurring. So, last week, we talked about understanding our rage and anger and irritability, how these things come about. Today, we're going to take a deeper dive. We're going to talk about the manifestation of these things. And y'all, listen, thanks again for all the support. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all of the comments, all the ideas that you guys have been giving us. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share wherever you get your podcasts. So this week, the manifestation of that anger, rage, irritability, sometimes they can become bona fide mood disorders.
They can.
And I'm not just talking about, oh, I'm just mad, nah, nah, nah. And I'm not talking about like, oh, she's upset. She's just bipolar. Because these are terms that like they throw around so much bipolar, PTSD, things like that to kind of explain away a mood. But in perimenopause, there are a lot of disorders that can manifest themselves from the things that we talked about: high cortisol levels, bad diet, things like that, if your wellness is not there. So, Kiki, let's get into it.
Okay. So again, we are not medical professionals. If you are having any kind of issues with your moods, if you're not feeling like yourself, please talk to a doctor or therapist, somebody that can help you understand what's happening with your, not only your body, but also your mind.
Right.
So there are several disorders that can come along with perimenopause. And one of the biggest one is depression. And, we throw out depression all the time, and there's so many different levels of it. And you wake up one morning, oh, I'm depressed. Well, feeling a certain way does not necessarily mean you're depressed, right? Depression is actually a clinically diagnosed mental condition.
Okay.
So and I know a lot of people who have had depression. I know somebody who was actually depressed to the point where their life ended. Like they were just so depressed that they could not pull themselves out of that depression. And it just, it can be something that can be detrimental or fatal. So
Okay.
just, be mindful of how you're feeling, talk to somebody.
And with the onset of perimenopause, y'all, these are real things. Sometimes we try to explain them away. And these days, there's supposed to be a pill for everything. There's a pill for everything. There's a TikTok video for everything. There is someone somewhere that are telling you you're doing something wrong and this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
But by the same token, by having all of these things, it can cloud you up. It can cloud your mind up. And depression, like Kiki said, depression is real.
It is.
Being
Yeah.
depressed, putting stuff in the atmosphere. We can talk about things medically, holistically, from a wellness perspective. But when we talk about things like depression, it's a lot deeper than, oh, I'm just sad today. Oh, I just don't feel like, doing anything. When we talk about going down the rabbit hole, these are the things that we talk about being able to recognize.
It's like an overwhelming feeling that you just cannot get out of. Like I'm in a hole that I cannot come out of. You're constantly crying. You have anxiety. You have an overwhelming feeling of hopelessness. You can't get out of whatever it is that you're going through. Like I just don't know how this is going to end. And that's days on end. It's not like you wake up this morning and you're terrible and then tomorrow you're better. Like this is an overwhelming feeling that constantly you're not yourself. You can't get out of this. That's when you need to talk to a medical professional because it's just something it's beyond just, my typical perimenopausal lows. Because you have those days where you're just low.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're tired, you don't have any energy, your body hurts. Those are kind of normal, perimenopausal feelings, but sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes it's just like, this has been happening for a month. I can't get out of it. Let me go find some help.
Okay. And if you guys are suffering from depression, anyone out there, if you're going through menopause and suffering through depression, we are here for you. We are with you. We feel it. We know, like Kiki said, sometimes the highs are very high, but when those lows are low, it's like, okay, you're dealing with things on top of things on top of things on top of things. And then that mood, when we talk about kids, when we talk about your husband, significant others, we talk about jobs, these things are constantly pulling at you. And yes, when you seek medical help, some of you may be on medication. The medication can help make sure that you are as she said, talking to a medical professional.
Yes.
But there are other mood disorders other than the
Oh,
depression.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anxiety disorders.
Ooh.
Those are huge, and
Mm,
I myself deal with anxiety disorders now.
mm,
I didn't have anxiety issues when I was younger. I mean, if I did, I didn't know,
mhm,
that that was something that was happening to me. So I
mhm,
talked to my doctor,
mhm,
and I was like, "Well, I'm just feeling off." And she had me complete like a survey. "How are you feeling today? And what's this?" Cuz I thought it was depression. I was like, "I'm depressed."
mhm,
And she's like, "Are you really depressed?"
mm.
I don't know, girl. I didn't go to medical school. Shit. It could be. That's why I'm here. You tell
Right,
me if I'm depressed.
right.
So we had conversations. I completed a survey. She recommended I go into therapy, and she
Mm,
also put me on some anti-anxiety medication.
okay.
And for a while, it worked.
Mhm,
And after life, stressors, husband,
mhm,
work,
mhm,
kids,
mhm,
grandbabies, all
mhm,
the stuff,
mhm.
it wasn't working anymore. So
Wow.
I had to figure something else out. I had to pivot and try something else.
Pivot.
Pivot is always a big
Wow.
thing, right? I had to try other medications, a higher dose of the medication.
Mhm,
So now I feel like I'm in a good place. Like
okay.
the anxiety at one point, I felt like it was crippling.
Mm,
The overstimulation. I have never been overstimulated before in my life.
mhm,
And I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, how do you get overstimulated?
mhm,
But you're in a room full of people and all you hear is noise. And all you
mm.
hear is you can't shut it off. Like it's constant chatter. And it's just like your brain is like, okay, okay, I can't calm down. Okay, okay.
Do
Like
you
it's
guys feel
just
like that? Do
overwhelmed.
you ever have those feelings of being overwhelmed and anxious? And we're anxious in our everyday lives anyway.
Yeah.
Adding to the perimenopause journey to include, y'all, we just came out of COVID, recently, and it's still here.
Mhm.
Don't get it twisted. COVID is still around.
Mhm.
So a lot of people went through the manifestation of a lot of anxiety and a lot of mood disorders
Mhm.
because of the
Oh, yeah.
coronavirus
Oh, yeah.
having to be in. You had
Mhm.
people that were extroverted who were shut off from the world, who
Mhm.
could not cope, who needed that human interaction.
Mhm.
And think about it, going through perimenopause around that time, trying to recognize the signs, having anxiety. It was like the perfect storm for you thinking, am I crazy?
Yeah.
Am I losing my mind? Is
Mhm.
this coronavirus is doing something to
Oh,
me?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, you live and you learn and you keep it moving. And anxiety is very common,
It is. It
very common.
is.
But what do you do for people that don't want to take medication? Are
Um,
there any suggestions?
There are. So I say look for the signs, right?
Mhm,
You kind of know your body. You know when you are being overstimulated or when your anxiety is peaking. Try not to put yourself in situations where you get overstimulated. I know it's
mm,
hard, right?
mhm,
But I know certain situations that are going to just be too much for me. So I try to avoid that. Drink lots of water, get
mm,
lots of rest.
mm,
And eating certain foods. If you have not seen our episode, we talk about anxiety, rage, and those symptoms, and talk about cortisol levels.
mhm,
There are certain foods that can affect your mood and can lower your anxiety.
right.
So your diet is a huge part of perimenopause and managing perimenopause and perimenopausal symptoms.
Mhm,
So just make sure that you research, you find some foods that help, you exercise, you diet,
mhm.
and yoga. I recommend yoga. I
She's
was
exercising.
not a yoga. I
Woo!
was not a yogi before. I was not into it. I did not move. I sat on my couch all day.
Mm,
But now going through perimenopause, my brain is telling me you have
mhm.
to do something else.
And you have
What
to
works does not what
yeah,
worked before does not work
yeah,
now.
and you have to ingest other things. Do
Mhm.
you know how much I have heard, "I don't like water. I don't
I
like
don't.
drinking water.
I
Like,
don't.
I don't
Do
do that."
not.
Stop it.
Do not
Stop
like
it.
it at all.
Water is life's blood, people.
I
If you
drink it every day now,
I got
all
to have
day.
some kind of flavor. Citrus, squeeze a lemon, get some lime juice, do the strawberry infused water, cucumber infused. Drink the H2O. Stop for drink the H2O because it's not going to do anything but feed your cells. It's going to your skin will look better. Your mood will drastically improve. We're talking about mood disorders. Your mood will drastically improve by drinking water. Ugh, I can't drink water. It's going to make me go to the bathroom.
Honey, perimenopause will make you go to the bathroom
Okay, then.
every 20
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's what you need to make sure that you're getting, y'all, we're not getting any younger. The elasticity in your skin is affected by water, not just collagen. Water has a lot to do with it. And we talk about mood. If you're constantly ingesting sugary drinks,
Mhm.
oh, well, I prefer tea. What do you put in your tea?
Mhm.
You know, or I'm not myself if I don't have my coffee. Do you have coffee? or do you have cream and sugar, with a little coffee mixed in? So all of these things may not seem like much on a day-to-day basis, but they all add up and contribute to the good, the bad, and the ugly. And again, hot girls are hot flashes. We are open, we are honest. Sometimes it's not comfortable, sometimes it's messy. And when I tell you mood disorders, that shit gets messy.
It does.
Really fast, really quickly.
Yes.
So
yeah. You have to be mindful, because in this part of our lives, it's so easy to forget yourself. You are in relationships, you have work, you have all these things going on, and suicide rates go up for women in perimenopause. So if you feel like you are going under and you're drowning, you must talk to somebody, even if it's just your girlfriends. We talk all the time, and I feel like we complain to each other, which we kind of do, but somebody knows what I'm going through.
Get
right?
you a complaining partner. Get you a perimenopause complaining partner. It don't have to be a sister friend. It don't have to be, like a, cousin gal or anything like that. Get you someone that either knows or can empathize or can be a safe space for you, because that's so few and far between. Black women, we are so used to, I got it. Yeah, I'm doing it all. I have a secret S on my chest.
Yes.
Get yourself some sense. I'm going to say, okay. The reason why,
Go ahead.
What's Love Got to Do with It? 1993, one of the best movies ever. When Aline told Anime, you better get your country ass out the clouds. This is what I'm talking about. Realism, common sense. We are so performative. Stop being so performative. Stop putting on for the city.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Feel your feelings. And if those feelings are negative, get yourself a complaining partner so they can hold you accountable and be like, listen, this may be what you need to do, things of that nature. So we rely very, very heavily.
We do. A few weeks ago, Jay Renee was in a mood. And it just went on and she was snappy. She said something to me and I was like, And it went on for a whole week, and then she was like, have I been acting crazy? Yes, you had. I was like, you have been really snappy, really short with people. And it wasn't just me. It was with your husband. It was with your coworkers. It's with our other friends. And I was like, it's not good. And she said, well, thank you for calling me. When I'm going through stuff like that, I need you to tell me. And don't wait the entire week to tell me. I need you to tell me while I'm doing it so that I can figure out what's going on with me and what had changed.
Right.
And that week, you weren't taking your herbs. You were not. I realized I was like, did you take your ashwagandha today? Have you been doing your red clover leaf? No, I haven't. Well, that's your problem.
Yep. Cold turkey, everything. Don't think just because when you have symptoms to ease up that everything is great. Y'all, I was not taking any ashwagandha root, no black cohosh, my Japanese popcorn tea, my reishi powder, just all the things that made me level out. I was feeling good for 2 days. I'm like, oh, not gonna do that today. Not gonna do that. And before I knew it, the week had gone by. I needed somebody to check me. Not just my husband, but an outside entity that doesn't see, the crunchy bits like that. So it is so important to note and to notice, because recognizing you don't know how you got here, but once you're in it, these are ways that you can kind of get your equilibrium back.
Yeah.
Any other mood disorders that we can kind of pinpoint for the people?
The itchy ear. Perimenopause. Premenstrual girl, this ear, I'm telling you, when this itchy ear hits, my brain cannot think of anything other than scratching this ear.
Well,
so I am so sorry.
It happens. These symptoms are in real time. We are not putting on. These things are real, and it's okay. Stop feeling like, well, I'm not going to do that. If it was me, I wouldn't have done that. We have been critiqued on this pod.
And I am me. I mean, love it, hate it, whatever. I am going to be me all day, every day.
Right.
So we just have to get through it.
Right.
But the next thing is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And so I know you asked, why are we talking about a premenstrual disorder during perimenopause? Because a lot of perimenopausal women still have their cycle. So
yeah, I'm raising my hand this segment.
Bless your heart, honey. Bless it. Because I don't, because God is so good over here. But anyway, so a lot of women are still going through they have premenstrual syndrome. They have all kinds of things surrounding their menstruation. So the premenstrual dysphoric disorder is features mood swings, hopelessness, feelings of being overwhelmed and out of control. And so pile that one to the other perimenopausal symptoms that we're going through, and you just don't know whether you're coming or going.
Yeah.
So, that's another one of those things which you have to know your body. You have to know, well, this is something different. This happens a few days before I get my cycle every single month, separate from the brain fog, the night sweats, the hot flashes.
Right.
These things, I feel overwhelmed. I feel out of control. I feel like I cannot control who I am. It's something entirely different.
And these are the things, y'all. She is pinpointing exactly what happened to me the other week. It was right before my cycle, and I was on one. It was just so, and I knew it in the back of my mind. I kept saying, oh, you went off on her. Like, did you snap? Like, man, you got to gather her together. But I didn't really care in the moment. But y'all, when I got on the other side, it made me think of everything. Don't be dismissive of your feelings. Don't be dismissive of other people's feelings, because they don't know you're going through this stuff. And for those of us hot flashing girlies that still have our cycle, we already know we have to go 12 months without in order to get to the other side. I have done 3 months. I have done 6 months. We did 9 months at one. I was so excited that 9th month. Lo and behold, while on vacation, here we go. I'm like, no, it starts all over again. So you have to be, and we say it 50,000 times, you have to be mindful and knowing when these things come about, the things that we do in order to get that relief, you have to talk to someone.
Yes.
You have to talk to someone.
Anybody.
Yeah. And those medical professionals, they just want money. They just want so-and-so. Do you want relief? Do you want to get back to trying to be yourself? Or do you want to go down this rabbit hole where you hear the old saints talk about people go crazy? People are, you halfway thing when you were younger that people were like gnawing on their feet, and all this other stuff, like trying to get some relief. You have to get that relief. A pill does not work for everyone.
No.
A shot, a cream does not work for everyone. So you got to, especially with mood disorders, because these things are ongoing.
They are. And like seasonal affect disorder, people don't talk about that, but like in the
winter time,
a lot of
gloomy.
people go through it. Yes, because you're not outside, you're not able to get that vitamin D, you're not able to smell the air, So that is a thing too. And like I said, compounded with perimenopause, it is a thing. So just make sure that you are taking time to take care of yourself. Go to the spa, have a massage, get your nails done, get a facial, go treat yourself to brunch. Some people go walk through the Dollar Tree and pick up random things to make themselves feel better.
Do not deprive yourself on what puts you in a better mood. My mother, retail therapy, that is her bag.
Your mother?
Yeah, honey, my mother.
What about yourself?
No, I don't do that. Not like my mother. Listen, retail therapy, like I will go through, oh, this is nice, that's nice, whatever. Some people do retail therapy. Some people do spa. Some people do food. There are solutions. You have to find what works for you. What works for Kiki don't work for me. And what works for me, damn sure don't work for Kiki.
Because I'm not about to be in somebody's store every day. I cannot. I don't like shopping like that. But honey, give me a snack. Let me take a nap. That is my happy place. A nap.
I'm surprised y'all hadn't seen the throw yet, because we do have our throws. We do have our comfort, our little Linus blankets. We have our things. So you guys need to just lean into this stuff. We are here to be like, hey, we know we're going hot girls to hot flashes. Baby, I got everything on lock to, I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm going crazy. Somebody needs to help me. How can they help you if they don't know, if you don't know?
Exactly.
So this is what, mindfulness, that is the key.
Yeah.
All right, Kiki, anything else for this week? I think the mood disorders was really, really good.
That's it, yes.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
Yes.
Don't just kind of chump it off or anything like that. So until next time, Flashers, we will see you later.
Bye, Flashers.